Chin. Hello homebrewers, and welcome to my channel. So today we are playing around with the distilled sugar wine, or freeze distilled sugar wine I should say, that we created in a previous video. So what I've basically done is I've finished processing my sugar wine into a distillate that you can set on fire. So it's pretty high percentage considering it is just sugar wine. So what we're going to be doing today is making passable spirits. Sounds pretty good. So I carried on using my freeze distillation process to get the strong, awesome alcohol off of my sugar wine. So if you haven't seen that video, link's up there so you can check it out, and it will also send you to the sugar wine video if you haven't seen that either. So basically I carried on until I collected just over a litres worth, because well, we need a litre for what we're doing. Then I used this fantastic gizmo, which is a carbon filter. Now it's not the best carbon filter in the world. It comes with these tiny little carbon filter pads that you gotta rinse through with hot water and stuff. But it's designed for small quantities of spirit and, well, or anything that you put through it. So this worked really well for me. So if you're interested in one of these, I'll stick a link down to Amazon so you can pick one up too. You can use it for cheap vodka to make it taste better as well. So this has many uses. So I've basically just finished passing my litres worth of sugar wine through it, and we end up with something that's clear and it smells quite strong. It's got quite a strong kind of almost spirit flavour. So I'm just going to pour a little bit off, because I did say in my previous video that you needed to back sweeten it, and that is perfectly fine. If you don't want to buy one of these and do this step, you don't have to. Just back sweeten it. It'll be slightly cloudy, but the back sweetening removes that slight fermented taste, because you will get one, because it's not distilled. Cheers. Oh, wow. This stuff is strong. So that fermented flavour that I said in my previous video, you don't get that as much. It's very slightly there, very slightly, obviously not a distilled product, but it is perfectly usable. So we're going to be playing around with still spirits. Now I picked these up, they're a few pound. You can buy multiple ones to make more than one bottle, and they're pretty good actually. I was playing around. If you've seen my Twitter account, you will notice that I do little bits and bobs and put little updates on there. And I made a load of whiskey using the whiskey one. So basically, what you're going to need to do this is something to mix the alcohol and the essence in. Now I have chosen to use a milk jug, or a milk carton, whatever you want to call it. It holds milk. It is made from high density polyethylene. Can't even speak today. High density polyethylene. It is the stuff they use to make petrol cans out of, because it's highly chemical resistant, whereas normal plastic bottles aren't. And since we're in kind of high figures in alcohol, it is more like a solvent than before, so you can't store it in the plastic bottles, you know, just the pop bottles. Just to know, glass is the best thing. But for mixing, this will be fine. It's got a nice big head, and it's sterilized, and it's all good to go. Got myself a funnel, and I've got myself a measuring jug. So the instructions say to make 1.125 of a litre for this essence. Now I'm bringing that down to 1 litre because, well, it's not distilled and it gives you a bit more flavour, and it's pretty damn good, as I did with my whiskey one. So I'm going to measure out 1 cheeky litre and pour it in my lovely mixer. Yeah. And since I've got it here, let's try and get the other 300ml from this stuff. And then goes my other 300ml. So now I'm going to use my still spirits. Bejeweled gin spirit essence. Okay, cool. Not really much to say, just pour the sachet in. Junipery. And now, since this has got a nice lid on it, shake the hell out of it. So it's had time to infuse, and it's back to no bubbles. It's not really, it's pretty quick. Anyway. Wow, that smells like gin, so got to have a little bit of gin. I only want a little bit because I'm going to be bottling this. So it looks pretty much exactly the same as it went in. How does it taste? Wow. Okay, that's quite strong. It tastes like gin. Tastes like gin. Smooth. Now, it's actually really good. It's quite gin-like. Some people may find this a little bit strong and need to add a little bit more of the sugar distillate into it, freeze refracted. But at the same time, if you're mixing this with tonic water and lime, you're not going to notice the difference. If you drink it neat, you will notice a slight sort of freeze distilled twang, since it is literally just sugar wine that's been concentrated. But it is pretty tasty. So I'm just going to bottle this up now. Now I've already sterilized 2 bottles, a little one and a full-size wine bottle. Now I'm sterilizing my bottles just because it's good. It's safe in the knowledge that my bottles have been sterilized. They are clean. So when I put my stuff in there, I definitely know it's clean and there's no funky stuff on the inside. It's up to you if you want to do that, but I have. So just gonna go grab the bottles. So bottling is pretty straightforward. Since we have no sediment or anything like that in this, all we have to do is pour it in. So bottling has been done. I've labelled them for a change with awesome writing and exclamation marks. Because I'm starting to get some clear bottles from my various wines, it's basically sugar wines that I've got laying about for all the little projects I'm doing. So I've got a little bit of gin. It smells like gin. I mean, this smells pretty much like a spirit, even though it was made with sugar wine, freeze distilled and then carbon filtered. Cheers. Wow. So, it tastes like gin. I mean, there is a slight edge of sort of homebrew in there, but at the same time, this is passable for a real gin. I did it with the whiskey, and considering that I don't drink cheap whiskey neat anyway, I always mix it with something else, I've been drinking a lot of whiskey sours, and I couldn't taste the difference, which is weird. So it is possible to use the sugar wine to make passable spirits, which is something to think about. What else could you make with them? So I've got the rum essence that I'm leaving to one side because I have another video for that, because there's something I want to make with it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative and, you know, opened up your eyes and your mind to some novel, interesting things you can do with homebrew. So don't forget to comment, rate, like, share. Check out the other videos and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Carry on homebrewing. Gin.